we ready to go? Test 1, 2. Don't really need to test 1, 2 because I am the only person who shoots, edits, make sure anything in this podcast is going good. We're a one-man show here at the moment, but without further ado, welcome back to episode 35 of the Mackin Show. Let's clap. Fake claps. Maybe I will. Maybe this episode I'll learn how to add the claps in here. But nonetheless, we are back on a beautiful, beautiful Friday here in Los Angeles, California. And by beautiful, I mean it has been overcast all day. Relatively warm. Nothing crazy. Kind of is giving me like a New York spring vibe, kind of. I'm pretty used to the overcast at this point. And for being kind of honest, I love the overcast. I really do. But no, other than that, we're in the office today, aka the studio inside the office today, chilling out. Kind of gearing up for a very busy next few months work-wise. I can't really dive too much into it at the moment, even though it's not like, this podcast is getting so many views that someone would leak. But regardless, I just, wait for work stuff to happen the way it does. But it's getting really, really busy on the brand side. Got, probably this last week and a half, 2 weeks until shit really just hits the fan in a good way. Like it's a good busy, but still it's going to hit the fan and we're going to get really, really busy. But no, other than that, kind of just doing a lot of work prep. Just got back from San Diego last weekend. I know I talked about it on the last episode, how we were going to San Diego for the first time, but no, San Diego was a vibe. I loved it. This might hurt some of my San Diego lovers / people I know who are from San Diego, but I don't see me living in San Diego at any point in my life. It wasn't really that vibe. Like, other than Los Angeles, if I would ever live anywhere in California, it would for sure be north or like west, as in like a Big Bear vibe or something like that. Because again, I like Southern California, but I grew up with like mountains and trees and shit like that. And obviously LA, you don't really have much of that. If you go north or a little bit west, you get it. But no, other than that, San Diego was beautiful. It was definitely like, we didn't stay in downtown San Diego. We stayed in Pacific Beach, which supposedly is, I've told everybody, everyone loves that area. But no, it definitely gave me like laid back surfer boy college town vibes, which was great. Like I loved the college town vibe. We were only there for 2 days, but got some good ass food. The nightlife was really fun. We went to a piano bar, which was really cool. I never knew what a piano bar was until then. And what I mean by that is that I guess it's like a big ass bar restaurant. You can order food and everything, and you go, and there's 2 people on each side of a huge ass piano with keys on both sides. And all night people just go up with like a Post-it note and a tip. And on the Post-it note, you're supposed to write what song you want them to play. And they just do that all night. They do that with like funny conversations back and forth between the piano players and the crowd and everything. And it was sick. Like, if there's one thing I love with nightlife stuff, or it's like themed or like involvement in a way where, don't get me wrong, I love obviously going to your nonchalant fun dinner, nothing to it, just eat and vibe, but I also really like themed shit, like stuff that gets either the crowd or the people performing involved with the crowd, if that makes sense, and just kind of making it a fun night. So that was really, really cool. I mean, they're so talented. Like, these piano players could literally play any song, any genre, and make it fun. So that was cool. And yeah, just drove around like La Jolla, got to see some seals, chill with some seals. But no, other than that, San Diego was dope. Like, again, it's a great college town, city vibe and everything. But I probably wouldn't live there. Like, it's just not my cup of tea in that aspect, but beautiful city nonetheless. And that was a fun time. Like, it only really took us like it took us a while to get there because we left LA at like 3 p.m., which was so stupid because obviously, I mean, that's just the start of rush hour. Like 3 until like 8 p.m. is LA's rush hour. But getting back, 2.5 hour drive, really not that bad at all, like super close. So we'll definitely go down to San Diego again. But no, that was super fun. And the day we went to San Diego, we went to USC, for work, where we were doing a little activation at an intern who works for us sorority at USC. And I never thought, and I don't think anybody else does, of Los Angeles as like, it gives you college vibes, even though two of the biggest, maybe not by like land size, but huge colleges in the country, UCLA and USC, are both in Los Angeles. But LA has never given me like cool college town vibes. And being able to go, and I've never been down towards USC before ever since living here, and getting to go down where their sorority was and kind of see what that was. It was really cool to kind of like see that whole vibe. And it was such a fun day. It was just basically like a fun activation for our brands, and got a lot out of it. People loved the product, got to get a lot of good content out of it. And yeah, like it was the first time I ever like saw how a sorority or frat, either or, like lived, because, you know, our hometown was a small town in upstate New York, but a college town nonetheless. And they had frats there, and we went, and like we would party at a frat sometimes, etc. But you never, again, those frats were, you know, smaller, maybe had maximum 15 people living there, like nothing crazy. So going to this sorority and realizing like at a time possibly 60 people could live there was mind-blowing to me. Like, I get it, it's kind of like your own version of like dorms, but it's off campus at a house. But it was crazy. Like, we went on a Friday and they had a brunch, which, you know, you walk into their kitchen and it literally looked like, you know how in hotels when they just have all this food available and you just lift up, you can either get pancakes, eggs, sausage, whatever it may be. It was that. And then they had like a cool ass like mess hall / dining room where it wasn't like tables like you had back in school. It was circular tables with nice chairs and everything, but the room was huge. And it was my first look at like fraternity, sorority life and everything like that. And it was crazy because, again, I wasn't in a frat when I was in school or anything like that. And I maybe had 2 friends in frats, but they went to schools that like I didn't really ever go visit. So it's not like I ever saw their frat. So that was a cool little like, wow, like this is a different world. Like, I don't know. In all love to them, I don't think I could ever survive in a frat environment ever. In terms of like how many, like, don't get me wrong, the lifestyle from like, you know, living with your boys, partying, all the super fun, but like, and I would do all that, but max like 5 people. Like back, like I would get a house with like 5 of my boys, but like that's really it. And that's no hate to my other friends who I love, but that's just like, I don't think I could live in a place with like more than 5 people. I think that would be so annoying. Like, so many people sharing rooms and shit. Like, it would be crazy. So that was just my first look behind the scenes of like what that life is like. And it was crazy, but no, it was a fun weekend that led into the weekend and everything. And, you know, back to the grind, man. Back to the grind. But no, we also have tomorrow, my girlfriend Emma got us tickets to go see Shane Gillis live at the Greek Theater, which I could not be more hype about. Because Shane Gillis, by a long shot, is my favorite comedian. Like, he's from Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania. He reminds me of just the white trash funny dude from my hometown, because I'm from upstate New York, and the type of humor I always have we've always had with our friends from home and shit like that. And just the way everything about his career is just hilarious. Like how it started, how it progressed, the type of comedy he does. So like, he's been my favorite guy for a minute. And, you know, he's done live shows before, but he doesn't really ever, comics don't really come to LA like that. Like, yeah, they go to the Comedy Store and Laugh Factory here and there, but like, it's a very select few that do. But thank you to Netflix for their genius idea of Netflix as a joke, which is basically for an entire like couple weeks throughout Los Angeles, literally every big comic in the world is just doing shows in Los Angeles. I don't know who the person at Netflix that decided to create this idea was, but they need to get promoted to CMO of Netflix, because is genius. Like whether it is the big venues like Hollywood Bowl, Greek Theater, like places like that, or smaller iconic venues like Laugh Factory, Comedy Store, Improv, stuff like that. But every venue is just booked out by comedians, and comedy shows are the best. You go, get drinks, listen to some awesome jokes. So shout out to whoever came up with that idea at Netflix, because this week alone there's Shane Gillis, Bill Burr, John Mulaney, Kevin Hart, the roast of Tom Brady, which I'm going to get into that in a second, and so much more. So shout out Netflix for being for the people, first off. But no, so we get to go see Shane Gillis live. I've never been able to see him live. I think it's going to be sick. I've never been to the Greek Theater before. I think that's going to be sick. And yeah, I'm just excited. I've definitely, as I've gotten older, don't get me wrong, if someone wants, when it comes to birthday presents, what I was going to say is, as I've gotten older, I've definitely appreciated more like event-based or like activity-based birthday presents. Like, oh, we got you tickets to this thing, or we planned a day trip to this, or whatever it may be. Have definitely loved that more as I've gotten older. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of it's because I can't afford certain shit. Like if you, for my birthday, anyone out there would like to gift me a nice ass car or some Travis Scott shoes, or shout out Brett, or some crazy shit, by all means, I would love it. But no, I love the activity-based birthday shit. And going to Shane Gillis, I think that's going to be sick. I'm hyped for that. And I'm not going to this, but our friend Caitlin is going to Tom Brady's roast also, which is part of Netflix's joke, which I'm very curious to see how that roast is going to go, because if you go back and look at Comedy Central's roast in the past, it was brutal. And by brutal, I mean absolutely hilarious, but the jokes were just brutal. Like the roast of Justin Bieber, like Pete Davidson being like, my dad died 9/11, like I wish it was you instead, or calling him a lesbian, or talking about Selena Gomez, all that crazy stuff just for Bieber's. And then everyone else that has done a roast before, there's the roast of Alec Baldwin, Trump, Seth Rogen, like so much. And I just can't wait to see Brady's. Like, I wonder, like, there's a lot of material on Brady, like, but I hope there's a whole like 10-minute segment about just him kissing his kids, because that'll be hilarious. But no, the roast to Tom Brady is going to be sick. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like if they're going to hold back, because it's Tom Brady. He's loved by everyone. We're in 2024. What can and can't you joke about? Like, it's a roast. I'm hoping they go in. It's all in good fun. So I'm curious to see what that one's going to be like. But no, it's going to be a week full of fun comedy, to say the least. And yeah, I'm excited. Sorry, I was reading a text. But no, so that's been on the up and up this week, which I'm excited about. On the down and down this week is the beef between Drake and the entire rap industry has finally turned into what it's been about this whole time. Drake versus Kendrick. What I mean by that is Kendrick finally responded with a 6-minute diss track, Euphoria, and he just dropped one this morning at 6 a.m. called 616, and the beef is officially on. Drake dropped his first 2 tracks. Push-Ups was great, and Tailor Made was also good. I still didn't understand people disliking the AI thing. I thought that was like just such a creative, fun play at dissing and everything, but whatever. And yeah, Kendrick dropped his 2 tracks. Euphoria, it was a good diss track. It was. Now, again, I like some of Kendrick's music. I wouldn't call myself like a diehard Kendrick fan. I'm obviously siding with Drake. Come on now. Like, not only give me a diss track, it's like a further play. Give me a diss track that I can bump in the whip at a party so everyone can hear you getting dissed. Drake gives us just that. Like, back to back, literally changed the perspective of Meek Mill's career, on top of it's a banger. Push-Ups is a banger. Now, Was Kendrick's lyricism on Euphoria and 616 great? Yeah, it's Kendrick Lamar. Was the wordplay great? Yeah. Was there crazy meanings and stuff? Yeah. But like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to come off like some fucking unintelligent shit, but I'm trying to be entertained in a rap beef. Don't get me wrong. Get your point across. Like, talk about why you don't like this person and why you're dissing them. But like, I'm not trying to sit there and act like I'm getting a fucking English lesson here. Like, I want some shit I can play in the whip. I can play around people that I'm like, this shit bumps. Kendrick, I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to a couple times for, just to see what he's saying about Drake, but that's that. And again, so Kendrick fans, aren't being crybabies about these words that I'm saying. In Kendrick's diss tracks, his lyrics, great. His wordplay, great. Triple entendres, great. His, use of like different situations within like going in and out of bars, fantastic. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying for the type of rap fan I am, who does appreciate lyricism, like if you go to Push-Ups, like the lyrics were great. Simple as that. Sorry. It looked like someone was coming in the office. I can't really tell. I'm not too sure. I'm going to check really quick. BRB. All right, we just had a quick little, I think someone was just dropping off a package. But no, his lyrics and wordplay, everything was great in Kendrick's, but the type of rap fan I am, I want to be entertained. Like, I'm sorry, but I just want to be entertained in the diss. I want to get immersed in it and also feel like it's fun to play along with. And again, Kendrick's diss was great. So what I think currently about the beef right now is the beef started with Like That. So Like That, I mean, the beef's been going on for 10 years, but the first diss thrown was on Like That. So this counts. So it went Like That against Push-Ups. I'm taking Push-Ups right now. So now it's on Drake to respond to Euphoria and 616. Supposedly, from the words of 50 Cent to academics who's been in constant communication with Drake, Drake supposedly has a bomb here. Like, supposedly he's got some shit lined up. And like I said from the very beginning, Drake has been extremely confident going into this rap beef with Kendrick, meaning the two disses that Kendrick just dropped, I don't believe makes Drake nervous. I don't believe scares Drake in any way, shape, or form. Like, Drake knows that Kendrick is one of, if not the best lyricist rappers ever. So this is something that I'm assuming Drake was expecting coming from Kendrick. So I have a big belief that Drake is coming back with some shit. But no, I'm not taking anything away from Kendrick's diss. It was a great diss, and now it's up to Drake for like, okay, how are we going to compete with these two? Like, you got to come out with some shit. But again, I still think like Drake's going to come out with some shit. On top of, there was a list of rappers from Jay Electronica to damn, I only literally named one rapper, but I saw this list of like 5 or 6 rappers who have dissed Kendrick throughout the last like 10 years, and Kendrick has never responded. And I'm not saying you ever have to respond to things, but Drake has never once not entered a rap beef with someone who's dissed him. Ever. It's never happened. Ever. Like, I mean, there's only been 3, but I mean, there's been a lot now from Meek Mill, Pusha T, Kanye, Future, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar. Like, Drake has gone at everybody who has gone at him. So for people to not respect, like, he steps up to the plate every single time is a cop-out. Like, he steps up to the plate. He's 1-1 right now with rap beefs. He annihilated Meek Mill. I'm man enough to say Pusha T won their rap beef. I mean, he exposed his child, and Pusha T's raps were great. So there's that. But I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. And, I'm a Drake fan at the end of the day. Obviously, I'm going to love what he's coming out with. But, in Kendrick's Euphoria, he's regurgitating a lot of shit that's already out there. Like, fantastic. Like, talking about Drake with younger women, talking about, Drake wanting to be black and Drake can't say the N-word, and just so much shit where it's just like, okay, that's a good diss, but, you're telling me stuff that we've heard from every other rap diss, and, other times people beef with Drake. So it's just kind of like repetitive and like, okay, cool. Again, I'm not saying you got to go in there and like, expose some credit, but like, we've heard all of it. And then the thing that makes me so mad about Kendrick fans is their need to dissect everything as a genius. Where like, no, like Kendrick did this and it's genius. Kendrick did that and it's genius. You didn't understand. Yada yada. Bro is boring. Like straight up boring, or just like which a Kendrick fan would never, ever, ever, ever be able to not only admit but acknowledge and just like live with that maybe it wasn't that great. Like Kendrick Lamar fans, the line, I hate the way that you talk, I hate that you walk, I hate the way that you, all this type of stuff. Kendrick fans were acting like that was some insane bar. And like, bro, it sounded like a ninth grader diss it, like just coming up with some random diss, like off of to his friend. Like there was nothing crazy about that. And again, you might say, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about or all this type of shit. And again, I'm not some rap historian and linguistic analyst for rap and shit, but I'm just talking from a fan's perspective who wants to hear fun shit that he can bump. Drake's the king of that. And in Kendrick's diss, he said Drake doesn't have any classics. Let's get this straight here. Drake has more classics than Kendrick. I don't care who's upset at that. I really don't. Don't get me wrong. Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn. I will give you those three. Absolute classics. But if we're talking about Take Care, if you're reading this, it's too late. What a Time to Be Alive, Views, and these other ones will become classics. Like Drake, like For All the Dogs even, or Dark Lane Demo, like just Drake has more classics than Kendrick. And I know that's going to piss some people off and they're not going to agree. And that's okay. Those are the types of people that are you're never going to sway either way. They're just over there, which is fine. Because like for a lot of things, I'm over here. But at the end of the day, I do believe it's tied 1-1 right now in this rap beef. And supposedly if Drake has a bomb coming in, then I'm fucking ready for it. But that's just my opinion on it. And honestly, shout out Drizzy. Shout out fucking Drizzy, because I'm with Drizzy the entire way. So that's all I got to say on that in the latest updated rap beef. Also beefing at the moment is the Lakers with every head coach they've had over the last like 4 to 5 years. And what I mean by that is Darvin Ham just fired by the Lakers after their 4-1 record in the playoffs this series against the Nuggets. And LeBron's uncertainty. I don't necessarily know if like I can't say that wasn't the right way to go. Maybe they do have to go in a different coaching direction, but I will say seeing online all of the Lakers' struggles being blamed on Darvin Ham, I think it's complete bullshit. I absolutely do. Like, this year was like the longest stretch Anthony Davis has ever played and been healthy. Like in other years of Darvin Ham, when you don't got a healthy Anthony Davis, how the fuck is that Darvin Ham's fault? And that can also play to like why they might not have done that good. Like, you have D'Angelo Russell who goes over for a night in a big series in the playoffs. Like, it's not, you can't just blame the entirety of it on Darvin Ham. I definitely think that's a cop-out. I definitely think it's gameplay. I think it's the roster. I think it's, the strategy and plays they're coming up with throughout this series. So I don't think it's just Darvin Ham, but Darvin Ham's gone. So at the moment, the Lakers are without a head coach and uncertain about what LeBron's future is in Los Angeles. Now, coming from a fan who LeBron is my GOAT, my king, thank you very much. I really don't want to see him in another jersey if it's not like Cleveland or Miami. Like, I think it would be so weird to see him in an entirely new jersey. As I'm sure it was very weird for people to see MJ on the Wizards, like given MJ was on the Bulls his entire career and then just went to the Wizards. But, I'd probably say LeBron, I'm giving him 3 years left, which makes me sad just saying that. But I'm giving LeBron like 3 years left, and I've heard some speculation of like, one of the places people are thinking about is the Sixers in terms of Bronny goes to Villanova for a year, plays one more year of college basketball, keeps the family close. Philly drafts him late in the draft, or depending on how good he is, and they team up with the Sixers. Another one is, I've heard of LeBron going and teaming up with Steph. The Warriors taking Bronny really late. Again, are any of these confirmed? Obviously not. Are they just speculations of what, insiders have heard? Yes. But, coming from a LeBron fan that's watched him from Cleveland, Miami, back to Cleveland to LA, like seeing him in a jersey that isn't LA, Cleveland, or Miami would just be really weird to me. Like, and again, you do what you want, you go where the money, but like at this point, I know you want the most money, LeBron, but you're a billionaire. Like, why do you need so much money? Like, so much more money, should I say? And I get it. I'm not stopping anybody's bag. I'm not saying don't go get the money. But, like, if it means taking less money to either stay or go back to one of those teams, from a fan's perspective, I would just say do it, because it's going to be really weird for me if I see you in a Warriors or a Sixers or whatever jersey. But I'm very uncertain as to what the future of LeBron James and the Lakers are. At the moment, the front runners for Lakers head coach I saw was Ty Lue, JJ Redick, and I forget who the other two were, but JJ Redick would be a very interesting one. There was said earlier, like a couple weeks ago, that JJ Redick was a favorable candidate for the Charlotte Hornets coaching job. Now, JJ Redick is also a very intelligent, just basketball mind in general, from the time he was in the league to after. On top of that, JJ and LeBron have a podcast together. They respect each other a lot. I think LeBron respects JJ's intelligence in the basketball world a lot. And I do believe as a playmaker, JJ Redick could absolutely be an asset to the Lakers. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where that one goes, but the Lakers' future is very uncertain at the moment. But no, other than that, in the LA playoffs, the NBA playoffs, Knicks took down the Sixers, and now they're going to go face Indiana. The Celtics are facing... Who are the Celtics facing? Not Bucks. Who else is in the East? Wow, because they just beat Miami. Hold up. Why did my brain just turn off right now? NBA playoff. Nope, not awards. NBA. Why is this? How am I not? Oh, okay, sorry. The winner of Cavaliers Magic is who Boston plays, and they're going to annihilate, and Cleveland leads 3-2. I think Cleveland's going to win that series. So I think Eastern Conference Finals will probably be Boston Knicks, which I think would be amazing for the NBA, because Knicks fans are just absurd. But no, and then the West, obviously you have, the Timberwolves going against the Nuggets. You got Dallas going against why am I forgetting all these? Because Dallas, I do believe, is going to beat the Mavs, and they're up 3-2. And then they're going to go up against the Thunder. That one will be crazy. Dallas against the Thunder will be crazy. Timberwolves Nuggets. If we got to see a Timberwolves Thunder Western Conference Finals, I think that would be electric because I'm a big Ant Edwards guy. If I could see Anthony Edwards in the finals on top of beating the Celtics in the finals, I think that would be amazing for me. I definitely think a huge media, which would be great for NBA media, is if the finals was Timberwolves Knicks. I think that would be great for how much exposure Ant Edwards gets and how good he is to Knicks with Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, etc. I think that would be great. I would love to see the Knicks in the finals because their fans would just go absolutely berserk. But we'll have to wait and see with what the NBA playoffs is going to bring. I'm obviously just tuning in nonstop. Sorry, I'm just still looking at all my texts. And yeah, I'm just excited for what the playoffs are going to bring. And then on the other side of the basketball world, WNBA season kicks off today. Caitlin Clark will play her first WNBA game today with the Indiana Fever, and I'm excited. Now, don't get me, I think she's going to go off. Do I think, she's going to have 40 points with 10 made threes? Probably not, because it's an adjustment. It's different, but I do think she's going to have a really good game. She's going to make her mark early on the WNBA, and I'm excited about that. And I'm excited for her WNBA career. She got me heavily in to women's basketball in general. Don't get me wrong, I've known a lot of the WNBA greats, but I never tuned in like this, and I'm excited for it. You see all the promotion about her right now in her first game, and I see everyone's upset where they're like, where's Angel Reese, Camila Cardozo, Cameron Brand, where's all these people's promotion? It's not that they're not wanted in this promotion. It's just that the WNBA, I think someone else is here. 1 second. Alrighty, that might have been next door. But anywho, the WNBA has, the need to provide marketing, salaries, and, everything else to fans to be able to generate more revenue, to be able to pay their players more, to be able to, what Caitlin Clark was talking about, charter flights, to be able to be in bigger arenas. And if capitalizing off one player at the moment means all of those things in terms of getting bigger promotion and more clicks and more eyes tuned in, from a business standpoint, they have to do that. It's not like the WNBA is like, hell yeah, we're only going to go Caitlin Clark because we don't like these other girls. That's not it at all. But, for the growth of the game, yeah, a lot of that comes with marketing. And if Caitlin Clark is the best option for marketing the WNBA right now, then obviously they're going to go for it. So I don't think there's any nefarious or, negative reasoning behind why Caitlin Clark is more marketed than the other girls right now, but it's just from a business standpoint. It just makes sense to me. And obviously you have people crying all over Twitter and shit like that. Oh, but this person should be that. It doesn't fucking, just enjoy all the marketing that the WNBA is going to get. And inevitably when Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, etc. are all killing shit, they're going to get that promotion too. But it's just going to take a little time, and they're trying to capitalize off of what they got right now. But aside from all that mumbo jumbo, I'm excited for this WNBA season. I even got tickets to Indiana Fever versus the LA Spark because Caitlin Clark, I really want to be able to see her hoop in person. And on top of that, being able to see Cameron Brink, the number 2 overall pick with the Spark, I think is going to be sick. And they're playing each other May 24th down in Long Beach. And I got tickets. Well, that was another birthday present, going back to fun birthday activity presents. That was another one I got. Shout out Mom, because I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely into the WNBA right now. So that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to actually see Caitlin Clark ball out for the first time. So, no, I think that'll be cool. And I'm excited to see where the WNBA season goes from there because, it's becoming improved every day, and we love to see it. And girl boss shit, straight up. I'm trying to really think other than that is that, it just came out in a crazy, after it came out, crazy Twitter bomb shit of Ryan Garcia. It came out the other day that he tested positive for PEDs going into his fight with Devin Haney, on top of the fact that he was 3 pounds over the weight he was supposed to be. And, that sent everyone in a frenzy from Ryan Garcia himself. And, he posted a picture of ashwagandha, which is that stress reducing pill that, I have some, that you get from CVS. And he claims that was the substance he wasn't supposed to take. Someone else came out with what the substance was. And again, I'm no doctor, scientist, or boxer. I don't know what it was, but it seems pretty confirmed that he had something in his system that he wasn't supposed to have on top of Jesus and alcohol during his fight with Devin Haney. And yeah, so I'm just waiting to see what the updates with that would be because Ryan has proven his innocence. Not sure. He made me think he was crazy for months, so I'm not really sure where I stand with him in terms of what he's saying. And then Conor McGregor just absolutely annihilated him, and Sean O'Malley caught a stray too, where, let me find the tweet, the notorious. It was ridiculous. Oh, did he delete it? Oh, damn. Yeah, Conor deleted his tweet. It was... Yeah, wow. So basically he told Ryan Garcia to off himself, that he's a disgrace, that if he sees Ryan Garcia in person, he wants to fuck him up. And so much, I have not seen Conor McGregor this angry tweeting since probably Khabib. And I don't know if it's because Ryan or Conor met with Ryan that one time, put his faith, but just regardless what it was, Conor McGregor went off on Ryan Garcia. And I thought the tweet was hilarious. I looked at my phone. I was like, Jesus Christ. Why do you care so much? But in the fighting world, who knows? Everyone has their statures they live up to and, lines they don't want to cross and more. But I just thought it was crazy that, not only did Ryan Garcia make us think he was crazy, he was also possibly cheating this entire time. So I don't know if they're ever going to do a rematch. I don't know what the consequences for Garcia is going to be. I know he won 12 mil on himself with the fight. Now that he cheated, what's the vibe with that? Don't get me wrong, he beat the bricks off Devin Haney regardless. But if you cheated, you cheated. Come on now, man. You can't be doing all that. But yes, that was just the latest update with the boxing world. And no, we're coming to you with a shorter episode today just because, it was Friday. I wanted to get another episode in. It doesn't have to be the longest shit. I know I usually try to stick to a good 45 minutes, but more and more, I just want to be able to come in here as often as I can, talk my shit, give some updates on whether it's the pop culture world or whatever it may be. And, just going off. Oh, side note, because I kept seeing nonstop people talking about it. If not, Hailey Bieber is or is not pregnant, let that woman come out on her own time. Don't be making these crazy conspiracies of, oh shit, this dress she wore in Hawaii makes it look like she's pregnant. First off, that's mean as shit when it comes to talking about women, and we know the road this goes down. It's not a road you want to go down. I saw the video, it looked like the wind was just blowing the dress. Take a chill pill for a second. And if she is pregnant, if she will come out and tell people on her own time, first off, because what that does to that woman's brain, if people think she's pregnant, some body image shit. You don't want to do that. And, that relationship deals with enough already. So Give him a chill pill. Let him enjoy Hawaii really quick. Like, I saw all these Hailey Bieber's pregnant. If Hailey Bieber's pregnant, she'll tell you she's pregnant. She'll come out on some badass shit like Rihanna or whatever. Like, take a chill pill really quick. Like, shout out my girl Hailey Bieber. Shout out Justin. But, you guys constantly come into this assumption that Hailey Bieber's pregnant. Like, you don't know that. And it's crazy how people come to certain assumptions where the only assumption from it, I just said that word like 4 times, is a video of Hailey and Justin walking away from this like cafe or whatever in Hawaii, and it was from the back. Like, they saw her dress blowing in the wind. Everyone was like, oh, pregnant. Hell yeah, pregnant. How do you know that? The video was taken as she was walking that way from behind. How could you, by any means, even have any notion that she was pregnant? And in the video, like I said, you see the wind blowing up and just blowing her dress all over. So, like, chill. Like, that woman does not need any more shit in her relationship. So give it a chill pill. Let her chill and keep making road and vibe out. Like, we don't need this. So let Hailey Bieber announce something. It maybe not on her own time. Maybe at the Met Gala. Maybe not. But chill out. So yeah, I forgot that was one other thing I wanted to talk about, because I remember I always used to talk about it with Khloe Kardashian. Shout out Khloe Kardashian, that people would always go to assumptions and shit. But yeah, let Hailey Bieber live her life. Like, chill. Like, they don't need any more. But no, on top of that, it's just been a vibe. That was such a quick rant, but I needed to go on it. And yeah, it's Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to Shane Gillis going to see the Challengers movie tonight as well with Zendaya. And I've heard some crazy shit about that movie. I have, from obviously, again, I've seen the trailers of it, and I know it's like a sexy, dramatic, tennis-related movie and everything, and people are like, oh, brace yourself. Like, you have not seen Zendaya like this before. Now, Zendaya is a queen, first off. So, I'm hyped to see what the movie's going to be about. It's gotten rave reviews. People have loved it. I'm excited to see her kill shit, and see a different side of Zendaya, not in the Dune Spider-Man verse. I'm excited to see like what the fuck she's bringing to the table, and I've heard it's good. So next podcast episode, I will give you an update exactly what I thought of Challengers. But no, right now people are like, damn with what it is. And, obviously Zendaya is a very, very good actress. So I'm just excited to see it from that front, and I'll give you guys an update when that's done. But no, it was a good episode 35. Guys, we're going until episode 500, just so you know. If you're like, oh, he's on the 35th episode, like, why is he still doing that? All this, we're going for gold. Thank you very much. Might take a long time, but I love doing this shit. It's fun for me. I love talking my shit, and we're going to keep doing it. So regardless, I appreciate you guys for tuning into episode 35. It's going to be more, but regardless, until next time, peace.